Hey guys, it's Tim Gillette, and my desk is rising. Hey, I wanted to actually come on here today and do a broadcast and see if the desk comes up as I come up, huh? Welcome to Tim Gillette Facebook broadcast of the day. I don't know what you want to call this, but I want to talk to you about something that I realized and noticed this weekend. I just got back from a major conference that I go to twice a year because the gentleman has always provided me with great content, great resources, and I've always met some of the most great and interesting people at this conference. But I'm always in life looking to go, okay, how can I better me, right? We all should be doing that. We all should be going, okay, what can I do to better ourselves? And so often, I think I get caught up, and I do the daily rant sometimes on something that frustrates the shit out of me. And while most people will go, yeah, I hate it when they do that too. I'm doing the daily rant, by the way, because it's a kind of a look in the mirror. I now have revealed something to you that I don't like, and I want you, or I'm basically telling you, you know what, if you don't like it also, but you see me do it, you get to send me a message and go, Tim? Hello? You're doing it too, dude. So I wanted to do this today, and what I want to call damaging admission. You see, I've been watching someone in the online world, shall we say. I'm not going to tell you their product, I'm not going to tell you their service, I'm not even going to tell you if it's a man or woman. But here's what I watched this person do. You see, this person has a product and service that is a $1 billion idea. Not million, not $100,000. Billion. But here's what they're caught up in doing, is they're holding it themselves. Hey, good morning, Alfredo. Thanks for joining. They're holding it in their space. $1 billion idea. And I'm going to tell you right now that their $1 billion idea, they're holding it in their space, and they're not willing to let go of it in their space, thus making it a $100,000 paycheck on a $1 billion idea. And what they're doing, because basically the idea they have, this is what they should do. Without telling you the idea, number one, they should go to, because the concept they do revolves around an app. Is all I'm going to say, is I would take that idea and go to Samsung or Apple and try to integrate it with them. Change the money-making process on the business side and do it. That's number one thing I would do. Number two, I would hire a celebrity because they've got such a $1 billion idea. I would spend, if it took $100,000 to hire a celebrity to do a commercial for them. It's worth it. Again, a $1 billion idea. They may not have $100,000 to pay that celebrity. All right. But if they went and paid the celebrity, that would bring their $1 billion idea into the mainstream light and then change the focus onto it and go from the $100,000 they're making with it and turn it into that $1 billion idea. Step number three, since maybe they don't have the money to pay that $100,000. This product service that this person has is with an app, is all I'm going to say, is so mind-blowing that I would do anything and everything I could for the raising the money. I would go to Shark Tank. I would do everything I could to get that idea on Shark Tank for a couple reasons. Number one, knowing that if you sit and watch Shark Tank, you can know and study how to get the deal on Shark Tank. It's not that hard. It's not that bad. It's very easily done. But not to get the deal. If you put that product on Shark Tank or service on Shark Tank, hey, Berlin, thanks for joining. If you put that idea, that concept on Shark Tank, what's going to happen is it's now going to be broadcast over and over again. And statistics have shown that just getting a product on Shark Tank, just to be on the show, let alone getting the deal, sometimes cements and builds the company. All right? And in that case there, it would be win-win. if anything, I would go in there saying to the Shark Tank people going, hey guys, you know what I mean? I got this great idea. I need to come up with a advertising campaign to take this thing to market. I'm making so much money. I'm making so much with it. Here's what I'm doing with it. But personally, I mean, I'd start with, again, if I had a product or service that actually did something, all right, a product or service that was actually something that can go into, let's just say, I'm a coach, all right, I'm a mentor. So what I start doing is, as a coach and mentor, I don't have $1 billion idea. I'm just being honest with you. I'm out helping others create their ideas and grow them. I'm a speaker, so I go out to functions, I go out to events, and I speak about my idea and blogging and get you to join my programs. That's what I do. But if I had a service or product like this, I would do exactly this. All right. Number one, if it was a product or service that could be used by another company and integrated into their thing, I would sell it or sell a license agreement. I have no problem taking an idea that I invented that could be $1 billion idea and turning it over to the people who can make it $1 billion idea. All right. And taking a couple pennies on every dollar. All right. Because I'm just going to think about that. If you've got $1 billion idea and you can get Apple or Samsung, because both of them have smartphones with an app system, you can get them to integrate it into their platforms and you give them the license agreement to do it. Would that not make you money? That would tap you into Apple or Samsung's marketing. Now you find a way to monetize on the backside. But again, this person who's doing it is they're not. Again, $1 billion idea. And this $1 billion idea is not going because they're not willing to let go of their baby. All right? That's not being, shall we say, successful. That's being fucking greedy. That's being, I want all the attention. Me. Because what's going to happen is if this person does not do that eventually, someone's going to create a rival to it. They're not going to steal the technology. They're not going to steal all right, the coding if it in the app. They're not going to steal all of the protected stuff. They're going to take the idea and create it on their own. All right? Look at Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook over the last year. Facebook offered to buy Snapchat. They said no. Snapchat went out, and I'm sure Snapchat's going to do all right. But Instagram took their idea, they put it on Instagram, they just changed it up a little bit and put it out there. The difference was Instagram had Facebook and had a larger audience to already market a product or service they already had. Whereas if you're starting out from scratch and you're trying to build something, hey Harvey, thanks for joining in, buddy. And you're starting to drive in for something, or you're starting to do something, and someone else has a $1 billion industry that you can tap into to make it grow. Would you rather have pennies on the dollar of their marketing or 100% of your own marketing? Think about that concept. Now, I brought that up for a reason today because I want to go damaging admission. So I have a lot of friends who watch my rants, who watch my broadcasts, who know me personally. I see Berlin's on here. She knows me personally. Julia Hall on here knows me personally. And those are the ones just I can see on, because I'm actually running this off of my eCam. I can't see on Facebook. It doesn't show me everybody who's watching, unfortunately. It just shows me the number. And that was a bad idea. I should not have done that. Anyway, it doesn't show me the individuals who are watching. So I don't know who all is watching on this right now. But what I do know is, and will this work now? Or did I just cut that off? I don't know what had happened to it. Are we still live? I hope so. Because basically, okay, yeah, we're still live. All right. Basically, I'm doing these shows because here's what it is all right, I did a broadcast this weekend, all right, and I was tapping in because Bob Donnell was on there. And Bob could be watching this again, so I don't know. If you are, Bob, hey, welcome. Say hi. But I do these broadcasts. Bob Donnell is somebody I know. He's in my life, all right, and we have a mentorship friendship, I want to say. If Bob Donnell's seen me do something wrong, Bob Donnell has my cell phone number, and Bob Donnell would grab me on the phone and say, Tim, I think you need to take that broadcast down, and let me tell you why. That's what's called mentorship friendships, all right? And if you can't afford a mentor, and by the way, I just hired a business coach, all right? And I am not going to reveal my business coach's name. I'm not going to tell people who I'm working with. Some people already know, and that's good. I don't mind, but it's not my job to market my coach. It's my job to do great so that when people ask me in private, how did you do this change? I now can testimony to him, not stand up here and go, rah, rah, I hired a coach. But I did. I hired a new coach. But in some cases, you guys can't afford the coaching that I just paid for or just invested in, I should say. And you have to have mentoring friendships like I do with Bob Donnell. And Bob, if you're on here again, I'm going to be honest, okay? Bob and I are friends, all right? And I'm pretty sure Bob and I will always attend each other's events, all right? I would never ask anything of Bob to give away his business. But Bob, as a friend, every now and then picks up the phone and goes, Tim, I want to make sure you're all right. Because we're friends. All right, we're not high school buddies. We're business friends. And when I'm in Newport Beach, California, I cruise on over to the Next Level Beach House and I stop by. And I think we've shared chicken. I think we've shared burgers. I think we've shared coffee. We've shared waters. We've walked on the beach. We've hung out on the beach. We're friends. All right. We're not best buddies. We're friends. All right. However, I consider him one of my closest advisor or mentor friends. And while I don't pay Bob a fee, Bob would see something like this and go, Tim, I think you need to take that down. Now, my business coach will see this because my new business coach will see everything I do. And they will also do the same thing. However, I pay them. But if you've seen something like that on somebody's timeline and you realize, let's use Bonnie Frank, for instance. I don't know if Bonnie's here today or not, but let's use Bonnie Frank, another great friend of mine as a coach. Bonnie's seen something in me last year, or 2 years ago, I guess now, right after I had my last seizure. And Bonnie's seen things with live streaming and how I was reacting on computer. And Bonnie just went, Tim, I need to talk to you, and I need to talk to you now. She came off her broadcast. She said that, and she said, I'm calling you in 5 minutes. And she got on the phone with me, and I'll tell you the story now, but at the time it was a very private conversation Bonnie Frank needed to have with me. And she's seen, as a mother, as a teacher, and as a friend, that I should not have been live on camera. She could read it in my eyes and can read that my body was not ready for that, and my brain wasn't ready for it. And she said, Tim, you need to be off live streaming for a couple days because I can see it in your eyes. You're not ready for this. Take care of your health. That's a mentoring friendship. All right. Some of you need to have those in your life until you can afford a coach and mentor. All right. And when you're ready to hire a coach and mentor, I'm going to recommend, of course, the two people I just talked to about, even though they're not my coaches, I'm going to recommend those two people because Bob Donnell can get you to the next level. That's what he does. Bonnie Frank is great at helping you build an online business. That's what she does. And there are many other coaches out there. But until you can get that, you need to have a checkup system. And I have a checkup system because I see a friend right now with $1 billion idea holding it at $100,000. Now, I don't know for sure this person's budget or this person's income from it. But from everything I can see, I'm willing to bet it's a $100,000 company when it's $1 billion idea in our world. So, the image of mission is today that if you see something, you have the permission to private message me. Hey, Tim, I see you on the broadcast. This is my opinion why you shouldn't be saying that because I see you doing such and such. And I will remind you all in the end, one of my favorite quotes from Zig Ziglar of all times, and many of you know Zig was a personal friend of mine before he passed away, and he is the reason that I am a speaker and a coach today. And my favorite quote from Zig was about church. And he said, if you won't go to church because you think there's too many hypocrites at church or at a church or the church, he says, don't worry. We have room for one more. Come join us. We're all hypocrites someplace, somewhere in our lives. And that is where it pays to have mentoring friendships. So I'm not perfect. And when I get on here to make something like a daily rant, there's chances are that I'm doing it in a different area of my life. And I kind of lean on my network of people to chime in and go, Tim? That's why I have people like Bonnie Frank, Bob Donnell, Julia Hall, all right, Craig Duswalt, Glenn Morshower in my life. Because these people know they can pick up a phone at any time and give me a corrective conversation. And they're allowed because they've earned that right. So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to go out there today, all right? Not only look at me and go, hey, Tim Duncan doing something wrong, but look at your own lives. When you go to put something out like this, content online, I want you to make sure that that content you put online, that if it crosses a line of criticism, that you're willing to take and be honest with someone who's a mentoring friend willing to call you up and call you out on it. Because right now I see an awful lot of people putting stuff out on Facebook. And they're not looking at the areas they're a hypocrite in. And not realizing that the people they're pointing fingers at are seeing the areas they're hypocrites in. Because they have a different view. Not a different truth. There's no such thing as a different truth. They have a different view of the situation. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tim Gillette. If you'd like to find out more about what I do and how I help people, coaching and mentoring is my game, blogging and content creation online. TimGillette.com will get you there. If you want to find out a little bit more, sign up for my newsletter list. Go to rockaroundyourblog.com. It's rockaroundyourblog.com. Sign up for my email newsletter list, all right? Get some of the fancy little emails coming out to you explaining some of the things I do, different tips I do, things like that. I would love to have you on the other side and see if we can't help you in a content creation game being successful online. I'm Tim Gillette. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, I should salute you. Oh, peace out, man. Bye.